Start recording. Oh, hello. All right. Yeah. I don't know how you're going to tell me that we've gone live. I think I'll just see it on the thing. Ah! Look at that. Would you look at that? Start recording. There we go. Apologies for showing your name. Right. Are we full screen? Can I full screen it? I know there is a way. Oh wow, this shirt looks so liney. Oh no. What is going on with this? Oh man. This was an expensive this is the most expensive t-shirt I've ever had. And it's got bloody lines in it. What's the point? How do I hide you? Oh man, how do I get rid of... There we go, that'll do. Sure, fine, we'll roll with it. Hello world. How are we doing? Hello to you, Morgan from California. I hope you're doing well. I am currently down with a lurg, down with the sickness, if you will. Nicholas, hello from Ireland. Amazing. I'd love to go to Ireland at some point. It's been too long since I did the travelling. She says, having gone to Nam in January. That feels like it was so long ago. Boop, 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 boop. Please forgive the chaotic energy. As you can tell, I'm riddled with it. And if I do any coughing and spluttering, it's because I'm ill. Also, what is this situation? What is this? What is this? I don't know what you'd call this kind of ponytail. I feel like, you know, one of those tennis players. I don't know why it makes me think of tennis players to see a ponytail this short. Hang on, I gotta look beautiful for my audience, of course. I'm so annoyed at how many lines are in this t-shirt. I'm gonna have words. What is... It literally looks striped. That's atrocious, though. Atrocious. Oh, I like this shirt. Anyway, how are we doing? How's it going? We've currently got 30 people watching. And I'm gonna gonna move my tiny little handheld Hoover out of the frame. Excuse me. So yes, welcome to the Lurg live stream. You're gonna have to deal with my sniffing, coughing and spluttering, and hopefully some fun insight into drumming if you so wish. I have nothing specific to bring to the table today apart from my lovely damn self and whatever this is. So we'll see how we do if I keep talking and keep spluttering. I'm sure it's going to be lovely for everybody. What do we got? Gabby, greetings from Germany. Hello to Germany. I'm suffocating with the role of 6. Could you clarify today in this live? We can train this in a simple and uncomplicated way. Well, if there's one thing I am, it's simple and uncomplicated. So, yes, what I think you're talking about here is a 6-stroke roll. Also, Gabby says, can you send a hug to my friend Mauricio? If I pronounced that wrong, I'm so sorry. That's the kind of name I feel like I should be able to pronounce, and I'm sister struggling this morning. But yes, I send a big hug to you, my dude, Mauricio. How's it going, dude? But yes, 6-stroke rolls. If it's okay, could you put all your live Q&A videos on the channel, please? I've missed some. Sandra, sorry, it is on the membership, so they get put up live on the membership to watch in post in the future. Well, watching the past in the present. I'm not even on any cough medicine. This is what you get. This is raw. This is me. Yeah. So anyway, I'm getting distracted. 6-stroke rolls, right? So I was actually going to talk about 6-stroke rolls today, so thank you for bringing this up. First thing, 6-stroke roll is my favourite, I think, thing in drumming. I think. And all it is a 6-tuplet, so we're talking triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the sticking, instead of being alternate or hand to hand, right, left, right, left, right, left, we're going right, left, left, that's first half, right, left, left, and then the other half is right, right, left. What you might notice, or I'm about to tell you, is that is essentially a single stroke, right, with doubles, left, left, right, right, and then a single. So it's like a single is sandwiching two doubles. And what you want to do is accent the first right. So right, left, left, right, right. And then that last left, we also accent. Right, left, left, right, right, left. You want to get that sounding smooth before you try rolling it. And also, if you want your six strokes to sound good, you're going to have to take a step back and make your singles and doubles feel good too, especially your doubles. It's very easy to kind of make it quite mashy when we go for six stroke rolls. Joanne, hello from New Zealand. Hello to you in New Zealand. Why am I getting an advert on my own live stream? What is this? Maybe need to load it. But yeah, why am I getting all these adverts? We don't need that. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for watching my own live stream so I can read the comments, but we shall see. Anyway, back to six strokes, my favourite thing. And what I do like about it is that you get kind of a, once you get into the flow of it, a rolling kind of motion. The pulse is always in your right, so right, right, right. It's almost like a train. And that extra little accent on the left before the right just really helps to give it a little bit of extra zhuzh, a little extra summon. I think that's kind of determined what I'm going to do in the rhythm workout as well, but I'll answer some more questions and chat some more rubbish before we get to that. Mars, lol, add revenue for yourself. I wish. I don't think I'm not technically logged in. Don't tell anybody, but I'm not trying to cheat myself here. I just don't know another good way of reading the comments. Morgan says, what do you do to warm up before a show? I was going to be really annoying then and say I play until I'm warm. That's not it. So what I usually find is that let's take a step back and say, if I don't warm up, this is the issue. So, like, it's like your hands start to seize up. Like with any muscle, if you go into like sprinting without stretching, your muscles are going to kind of seize a little bit. And that's what I find is that you're all up here. And like, because what we want to do is engage the fingers. It's this tiny motion in here, these muscles in here. So if you aren't warm in here, it's all going to seize up and it's going to be like, ah! And that's the issue. And if you kind of overdo that, then you might stretch something here instead because you're overcompensating. And what I like to do is, if possible, it depends what's available, I actually might buy myself some rubber tipped sticks so I can warm up better before gigs. It is quite simply, especially warming up the left hand. So it's 8 notes on a right cymbal or whatever surface you like. It's in the right hand. And then left hand is doing 16th notes, so 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, just to really make sure that it's these muscles that are engaging. And once that feels a bit warmer, sometimes I kind of go for bursts of single strokes just to tidy those up, because I find if I'm not warmed up, it takes a minute for those to kind of get in line, so to speak. And the thing I do then, which I discovered kind of when I was on tour last year, was it last year? Yes, it was last year. Oh my god. Back in April. It was a year ago. Just improvising and just playing on it was a table, which I probably ruined, but it is what it is. Because what's good about just making stuff up and improvising after you've got the kind of mechanical things moving, oiled the gears, so to speak, is it starts getting the flow of playing happening, so it doesn't feel quite so weird to sit at your drum kit and start kind of cold. So that's what I do. Did I start recording on this? Do I want to look? Oh, I don't know if I do. Right, any other questions? What we got? How do you prevent tensing up when playing faster tempos? So, this is kind of... It's actually... I did a video on this quite recently. It's not out yet, but it will be soon. Because a semi-pet peeve of mine is when people are just like, just gotta relax, man. Just gotta feel it. Gotta just sink into the vibe of it. It's just like, well, kind of, but not quite. Because if you fully relax, you just drop your sticks, you know. And when you get to a certain speed, if your technique isn't up to snuff, then you will naturally tense because your muscles don't know how else to get that speed and those notes out. So the way you prevent tensing up at faster tempos isn't just a case of playing at them a lot. It's about playing them with the correct technique and playing efficiently, because technique allows you to play efficiency. For example, say you're playing a fast hi-hat kind of groove, right? Could probably play it faster than that. That kind of thing, right? If you were to try and play that all wrist, instantly I feel all of this tensing up. You're gripping on for dear life and you can't sustain it. And what I'm doing is a 2-part hi-hat motion, and it's a double whammy because it's more efficient and it sounds cooler. So instead of mashing or doing like a bounce on top that all requires fingers, which again you probably will find if you're engaging your fingers that much and using a bounce that much at that speed, that will probably tire you out too. Too many adverts. No. So what I'm doing is a 2-part hi-hat motion, which is downstroke on the edge with the shoulder of the stick and then lifting from the wrist to get ready for another downstroke. We're just tapping on the way up. So we're letting the tip of the stick drop on the way up as the wrist lifts. It is already naturally, as we lift from here, the tip of the stick is so close to the hi-hat, we may as well get a hit out of it. So with a bit of practice on that, we get more efficient. And therefore, it's a lot easier to sustain that kind of thing. To you, Steve, how cool is Emma? How cool is she? I don't know. I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing my best. Love the videos. Looking at getting an e-kit. This is Shamrock. Do you think a name brand with less features or an own brand kit with more features? What's your own kit? Interesting. It's been quite a while since I was in the market for lower end kits, so it's hard for me to give a really definitive answer, but my gut feeling would be to go for a bigger brand, I think, because sometimes with these cheaper kits you get a lot of bells and whistles, but when you're thinking about the quality of what is essentially samples or how sensitive a drum is, so just imagine, basically the way an e-kit works is that on this snare drum, we're just on one kit. If we imagine it's just one kit, it is a load of different samples, so different audio bytes. And the way the e-kit sends that back to you, it responds to how hard you hit it. So say I hit it really hard, that will play the sample that says, she hit that really hard, so let's play the high volume sample. Whereas if I go, it'll play the really low volume sample. And the more, the higher quality, the better the kit, the more range you will get, more definition you'll get between those samples. So imagine a less good E kit would have, I don't know the exact numbers, but let's say for argument's sake, it would have like 5. It would have like really quiet, slightly less quiet, normal, loud, really loud, right? Whereas a more advanced one would have, again, I don't know what the actual number is. It might be way more than this, but like, let's say 30, right? For argument's sake. So I don't know what my point was on this, but that's how an e-kit works. But when we're thinking about what to go for, I'd say it'd probably be better to go for a cheaper known brand, because there'll also be more people talking about it and more advice on it if you need it, than going for, it is hard to say. It is hard to say with the lower end ones. But in terms of what my own kit is, I have a Roland, this is a Roland TD30. I've had it for donkey's years, and if you're looking for beginner kits, Roland is a really good place to be, honestly. It's lasted me this long and I still love it. And this comes with loads of kits, and I'm pretty sure the lower ones come with loads of kits anyway. And also I'm using, in my videos now, F-Note kits. So right now, where you see the videos with the white background, probably on this channel, yeah, all the white background stuff, that is an F-Note 3X, which is currently the lowest in their range, but that's still a pretty high price point. So that's what I'm using at the moment. Acoustically, I have a Tamistar Classic, which doesn't come out nearly enough, because I don't actually gig all that often at the moment, but as summer comes around, I'll definitely be doing more. Sandra says, do you think it's worth getting practice pads? My daughter Katie thinks she has... Katie, I think she's spoken to you on Instagram. She wants to learn to play, but it's a little too expensive to invest in one. So, obviously it depends on what your budget is, if there is one at all. But I would say look for second-hand stuff as well. Like the Roland TD drum kit range, especially the older stuff, like I don't know what the oldest ones are, but if you look for the lower numbers, so this is a TD30 and this is the fancy schmancy one, but you can get like TD. My first drum kit was a TD3, and that did serve me very well for quite a long time, but like I was mentioning earlier about kind of the quality of samples and the kind of definition you get has much less than this, obviously, but it was still really good to get going. And I don't know how, I haven't looked, but you might be able to find some really good ones on like Facebook Marketplace, eBay. So if you don't want the investment as much, you might be able to find a good one there. But in terms of really cheap, getting just a practice pad is a good place to start if she just wants to hit stuff, but she might get quite bored quite quickly because obviously it just sounds like a pad. So ask her, see how she thinks about it, and then move forward from there is what I'd say. Louis or Lewis Davis. So the investment is always worth it. I would say if she's got a leaning towards it and really wants to give it a go, it probably is worth the investment. That's my 2 cents on that one. But I am slightly biased. I don't know if that comes across, but I am slightly biased. Also, if you've got young children and you want them to start playing, if you've got kids who might have like struggles with maths, I know it's a bit of an odd one, left field, but my maths ability went kind of through the roof very quickly when I started playing drums. From about the age of 8, 9 probably. So as a weird quirk, a weird upside, starting to play drums, Morgan says sneaker versus boot versus sock. I am of the opinion that I don't care. I've played all of them. When I'm at home, I'm in socks just because I don't want to put a shoe on my pedal. When I play gigs, I'm in shoes. I've filmed videos at the School of Drumming, which is the ones where I'm on the acoustic kit, in Doc Martens before. And actually that's the video where I talk about bass drum technique. So really it's, for me anyway, not that important what shoes I'm wearing. As long as you're not in like high heels or platforms, probably fine. It's kind of like driving, I guess. It depends how much you want to feel through your foot. Mookfan. Thanks for all the shorts. Works fantastic for me. Thank you very much. Playing 2 times 2 hours in rehearsal studio, but quite overwhelmed. What to learn first? There's so much stuff out there. I get it. I've been, for years, on and off, I've been trying to learn guitar, right? But I've never taken lessons, which is probably to my detriment. And I've just found that the content on, like, there's so much. In fact, I even wrote my dissertation when I was at uni about how having so much online content about the same topic, so I took Bonham triplets, right? Or just John Bonham's technique, and was kind of talking about how it can dilute the quality of potentially your education on the topic if there's so much out there, that it's hard to kind of just pick a lane and choose how you want to learn something. So I relate big time, but I'd say stay on the basics until they feel really good and they sound really good, because that is the foundation of literally everything. If you can't play a song and have it sound good and you still lose your way, that's what probably needs the extra work and time. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, my man, but Lucian. Question: how can I develop the jazz feel? I mean, I can do this spankalang thing, but it sounds awful. Okay, like robotic. Okay. So there's 2 things here. First is potentially dynamics, and that is kind of one step up from the basics. So we'll take a step back. I'm guessing you're doing the one. So how do I? When you're going for that note on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, what I call that is the skip note. So it's the thing that gives it the swing, because if you took it out, there would be no swing whatsoever. So I try and make sure that little skip note is a light kind of tap that's on the way up to doing your normal quarter note. 1, 2, tap, tap, tap. Also, you might want to accent 2 and 4 a little bit more, just a smidge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've also seen people kind of mess around with the timing within that. So what was I doing there? So it's more like that instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more, it's like the skip note is a little bit, just a little bit quicker, a little bit sharper. Apologies for the coughs. Listen, Gillian Anderson, love you to death, but I don't need to see your face. And the other thing, if you're starting to do more advanced jazz stuff, I've literally, it's the video, yes, Jazz Drums for Dummies is out now. It's basically, I'll give you the really short version. These 2 are loud and snare drum and bass drum are really quiet, and you want to feather the bass drum, which is where your foot is down, your heel is down, sorry. And you just go boop, with the bass drum. If you're on an acoustic kit, this will make some difference. If you're not, then it really won't. But you just want to play it softly. On an acoustic kit, because you're going boof on this bass drum, usually more jazzy bass drums don't have any kind of muffling in them, or less so, and so they resonate a bit more, and therefore you don't want to hit it really loud. You want to just get a bit more subtlety out of it. And then you want to have a really ghosty snare drum, unless you want to be doing some accents. That kind of thing. That was an interesting take on jazz, but there it is. Hi, Arnold? Arnold? I apologise again for name pronunciation. Thank God I never became a proper school teacher. I did it for a tiny bit and realised my names for people was I just struggled so hard. Hi from France. What do you think of muted acoustic drum sets versus electronic drum sets? What's the best for a beginner? That's an interesting one. Muted, it depends what we're talking about. Muted, if we're just putting tea towels and stuff over it, it's I guess it's more a question of what's more satisfying to you, because the benefit of an electric kit is that you have the normal sound of a drum kit, and that's the part that's really fun and makes things sound good and makes it more tempting to kind of practice more and carry on. Whereas with a muted acoustic kit, it just won't sound the same, and it'll sound a bit pants. But you might still develop feel. Maybe it depends on how you're muting the kit. That's the big one. Because it, like I say, if you're muting it with like blankets and stuff like that, then forget about it, because it's just going to completely be dead under your hands. So I guess my answer is electric, I think. What do you prefer playing on, electric or regular kit? Regular, probably, because the my opinion is yes, I do prefer acoustic, but it can be a faff. And obviously they're very loud, but you can never really like beat the feeling of an acoustic kit, because it just, the way the whole thing, it's a resonant object and you can feel it tangibly. It just, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Marco, love your channel. Any suggestions on how to relax or regen after a long session or gig? Ooh, that's a tricky one, because adrenaline is a hell of a thing. I think resigning yourself to the fact that you're going to be like alert for a little while is okay. Because I find that once I've done, like for example, a function gig that's been going on for hours, you know, straight after you're really pumped. But I do find that as you're putting the kit away and kind of things are chilling out a bit more, especially if you keep your earplugs in and you kind of try and keep the volume and stimulation to a minimum, I guess, that can help. And then the drive home, I find that if you put on something really relaxing, or try to, it can help kind of wind your body down if that's possible. Should I get a 20-inch or 22-inch bass drum? What do you want? Well, I mean, I have a 22-inch bass drum and it's huge. It's massive and it's not practical for gigs. I am not a tall lady. I'm not big, strong man. And therefore, when I'm trying to lug this huge thing, it's a nightmare. However, if it's just going to live in your garage, do what you want. Do what you want. I don't know how much difference 20 to 22 inches will really make. Arnold, yes! I was right about the name pronunciation. Hell yeah. Right, any other questions? Because I'm going to go into a little quick workout for all my members and you if you've got a practice pad or a drum kit to hand in just a moment. Do you use in-ears or earplugs? I use earplugs, but I'd probably use in-ears if I had some moulded ones. I've just not bitten the bullet and bought them. I have considered it multiple times through the years and just never done it. I don't know how to pronounce your name, my man, but little meme frog dude. Kruluhu. Okay. What's practice look like for you? Something that doesn't happen nearly enough, I think. Generally, I have a really good time when I find a simple thing to just loop and really zone out to. So, for a long time, it was inverted doubles. So right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And getting that to sound really good. I find playing with a metronome helps me just lock in and the time disappears. And then I try and just kind of do some maintenance, so to speak. So just trying to maintain, especially the kind of muscularness of the left hand and speed and definition and technique in that specifically. I don't know, what else have I? Don't know. It depends, which is a really useful answer, I'm sure. Sumya? Yo, I have an octopad player. I don't know what that is. What is that? From the last 5 years, and obviously started playing drums since a month ago, I find it difficult to attain limb independency. Tips, please. Okay. There's so almost countless ways you can start to build some limb independence. Grooves are a good place to kind of do that from. So say you're doing an 8th note groove, even just doing like the bass drum pattern being on the quarter note and then putting the bass drum on the ands. If you want to make it more advanced, putting on the E's and R's, 1 E, 3 E, 4 E, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, and just kind of. You could also do the same thing with the snare drum as well if you want. And again, that might help develop some independence between everything. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but there are so many things you could do. Or play a groove that you really know, or grooves you really know, and try and apply the left foot as well, just on the quarter note. Alright, last question. What's the most common injury you've experienced while being a drummer, and have you found a way to avoid repeating it? So I haven't had any straight up injuries, minus, you know, the odd time where you kind of hit something wrong and you might nick your knuckle or something like that. There was one occasion where I just bled all over my snare drum. I didn't feel a thing because the adrenaline was so high. It wasn't anything severe. In terms of longer standing stuff, I again have been fortunate not to really have any injuries, but people talk quite frequently about tendinitis and kind of strain related injuries. I find that a really good thing to do if you find that you've got tense muscles in your arms, or you can feel them, especially if you've been playing for a long time with poor technique, is because I had that for quite some time, is I just felt like in here, for example, I'd been using like a ball mouse for a really long time. And I just had tension in here, and I was really worried it was tendinitis. But there was just one time before a gig, I literally got my stick and just was rolling it on my hand, and it really sucked. But it did work. Actually, it's even tense now. So I'd say that's the only kind of point of tension I really get. People talk about back issues, which is, I think, a reasonably common thing, or where the kind of snare drum hand is, they get kind of issues up the back where that's happening. And then there was my old drum teacher used to have a wonky pinky finger, so the top part of his pinky finger was like that, because he used to play, I think it was probably because he played traditional grip, went for a rim shot and just cracked it. No, actually it's because he was playing like this when he was doing doubles, and he cracked his finger on it and broke it. And then for me, the only kind of gripe I'd say I get is my hip, and that might just be from kind of tight psoas muscles and stuff like that, which I haven't fully figured out yet, but it is annoying, to say the least. And that I think has come from lots of work on the bass drum and having my leg up quite a lot, so there's a lot of weight going through this part of my body. I'll do one more. Okay. So, what type size sticks do you use? Honestly, I'm not fussy normally, unless they're like really cheap, nasty, really weirdly light sticks. These were a gift from the lovely Alona, who I'm in a band with, in Alona Mayu. And they are ProMark Classic 7A fire grains. I've kind of stolen this advice from, again, the same drum teacher who broke his finger. He is great, by the way. But just to clarify that he doesn't just go around breaking his finger and messing up. He's a great guy and a great player. But he said that it can be good, especially for sustained periods of time on electric kit, so you don't wear your hands out, essentially, and kind of get shock going through your arms and stuff all the time. Lighter sticks, so things like 7As instead of a 5A or a 5B, kind of extends the life of your kit, and also means you've got less strain going through your arms. But as a general rule, I play 5A. I play 5A, Vic Firth, easy. I'm not fussy. I kind of and ah between like the Vic Firth Novas and just normal Vic Firth, mainly because Novas were cheaper, but they do have they are a downstep in quality. I haven't really ventured outside of that far, and I would be interested to do that. I think potentially there will be a bit of that in the future, or coming soon. So as soon as I have a bit more of a definitive answer, I'll let you know. I also, if you fancy a giggle, these are huge. I forget every time. These are tree trunks. These are 2Bs, and they're Thomas Lang Vic Firth 2Bs. And I bought these to work out with, because if you want to build some strength, Jesus, they're so heavy. This kit is quite bouncy, so it's not too bad. But on an acoustic, this is like hard work. So that can be good if you want to actually gain strength and muscle, and you want to break your drums, because if you go whacking stuff with sticks like that, they're gonna break. But yes, so anyway, I'm gonna now jump into just a short workout for all my members who are watching. Hello, how are we doing? And also everyone at home, if you would like to jump on a pad or your kit, whatever you prefer. And I'm just gonna go through some 6-stroke stuff, I reckon, because that was the first thing that kind of came to mind for me today. And it's my favourite thing, so, well, one of my favourite things. So let's get to that, shall we? So 6-stroke rolls. I've barked on about these things on every conceivable platform in so many ways, because I love them, because they're versatile. You can do a lot of stuff with them, and they just sound cool. At the end of the day, it's the rule of cool. And I'm not 100% sure if this is just what a 6-stroke roll is, or if it's like an inversion of a 6-stroke roll. But who knows? So, sticking wise, right, left, left, right, right, left. So, I'll do it a bit slower. We want to accent the first right, so right, left, left, right, right, left. Reset again. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Those doubles in the middle are little taps. Right, left, left, right, right, left. For right now, I'm playing these kind of not as 6 strokes, not as triplets, so we'll get there in a minute. Right, left, left, right, right, left, 3, 4. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Shiki shiki blue. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Right, left, left, right, right, left. So now I'm going to slow it down even more, and we're going to try and string them together. So right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right. Little bit quicker. Right, right, left, right. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, 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 left. And what we want, as I mentioned earlier, is for this to start to feel like a rolling kind of motion, and that won't really happen until the little taps in the middle turn into doubles, like you're using the technique, the bounces, the rebounds of a double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's bring it up just a smidge. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triplet, triplet. 1, 2. And it's okay if at any point you kind of reach the end of your ability. It's alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. It's more important, instead of focusing on going fast, you focus on getting it right. So notice, when I'm going for these 6-stroke accents, I'm lifting from the wrist. Julian Anderson, I don't want to look at your face. Lovely as you are. Right, left, right, right, left. So again, lift from the wrist so we can whip it back for that accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we play 5, that little tap, we want to lift from the wrist, ready for that 6. So lift, right, left, left, right, right, lift, hang on, right, left, left, right, right, left, 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 right, right, left. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. I'm looking at too many things at once. One more time. Right, left, left, right, right, left. So basically, you're preempting those accents and lifting from the wrist. Even this is probably too quick to develop that with. So don't try and keep up if you're struggling with it. Do it at your own pace. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right. Wrestle something. Do you play and teach 16th notes, double bass? I don't really teach double bass because I don't really play double bass, unfortunately. I haven't ever really had a good reason to learn it. I have a double pedal, but it's just never really done it for me. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left. Okay, let's bring it up a little bit. Let's see where. So that's where I start to engage doubles. It might sound really uneven for you, and that's okay, because this is slow doubles. So about here, you want to be engaging your fingers as if you're playing doubles. slightly more advanced, try moving these accents around the kit. Stop really counting the notes in between. 1, 2, 4, 1. Bring it up just a bit more. And as I was talking about before, good technique prevents strain. So if you're trying to get up to this tempo and you're straining, it sounds terrible, this is not happening, it's because your doubles and singles technique is not up to snuff. Take a step back and improve your doubles. Can you start to feel the circular motion to it? Really satisfying. I shan't bore you with doing more of the same thing, because after that point it's a little bit hard to keep up. But yes, 6-stroke, one of my favourite things. I love it. It's so versatile. It's nice if you just like splice it into stuff. Really good for 16th note swing kind of thing. Love it. Really good for kind of switching subdivisions, so if you're already going straight, that's cool too. Putting the accents on crashes with bass drums. And then if you're doing my next favourite thing, which is putting accents through it, through a 6-stroke. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Again, Lucian. These lives will be weekly. I am trying to make them weekly. I appreciate that it's probably weird times for everybody around the world, but this is currently a good time for me to do things. And if you want to watch these lives back, then they are on the membership to be watched down in there. Just a couple more questions. I'm going to leave it there for today, but just a couple more questions before I head off. So, Felipe, good tips for ghost notes and leveraging the lazy and sloppy left hand. So, I have a free ebook called The Equalizer, and also Left Hand Bootcamp, which is the course that talks all about this. Which is fundamentally utilising 16th note ghost notes, right hand 8th notes. I was talking about this earlier as well. Just because it's so effective, really forcing you to engage the fingers. And in Left Hand Bootcamp, it's about putting grooves, putting 16th note ghost notes into grooves. So that I just found made it a bit more interesting to work out the left hand, and therefore made me not, it just made the process of improving my left hand more entertaining and enjoyable. So trying to make exercises that help you more interesting is something I highly suggest you do. Right, lads and ladettes, I'm gonna leave it there for today, because I've had enough of this lurg, and I'm not going to subject you any more to it. But oh god, I can't help but just see just how the lines on that bad boy are just something to behold, aren't they? Anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely week. I think we will be here, or I'll be here next week doing the same old thing, answering your questions, and hopefully giving you some useful answers, I hope. But anyway, I shall leave you to it. You're now going to see a very exciting screen of OBS, so enjoy that. Right, have a